In our school, we wish to place collaboration over competition, not only to promote the creation of learning communities and the construction of collective knowledge rather than its privatization, but also to provide alternative approaches to education where creativity, emotional expression, personal insight, and critical thought are encouraged. That is why we wish for students to be able to freely pursue their own interests in spaces carefully designed for their needs, while recognizing the value in less academically oriented activities when it comes to reaching educational milestones. It is fundamental to respect and acknowledge other forms of intelligence and thinking processes rather than to elaborate a curriculum exclusive to Western and logical mathematical thought. We believe it is necessary for formal institutions to provide knowledge when it comes to ethics, legislation, and day-to-day skills required to adapt to our current social environment as a part of an integral and multidisciplinary education. In order to accomplish so, constructive dialogue between peers and with teachers is a preferred instructional method over memorization and repetition. The establishment of a safe academic environment where students are able to improve on their mistakes relies not only on opportune feedback, but also on an academic approach where exploration and making mistakes is not something to be frowned upon. We wish to make this learning approach available for students aged 0 to 19 years old. In order to do so, there will be a specific curriculum for different learning stages with certain educational milestones in mind. Likewise, facilities, activities, learning approaches, schedules, and so on will be tailored to their corresponding age groups, while maintaining continuity in transitional phases and through personal growth, while focusing on integration between formal and informal education regarding life experiences.
Our educational system is based primarily on the thinking of Plato, who insists that education must be egalitarian. The path of education leads us to freedom. It shows us a reality in which man becomes aware of his existence, assimilates and transmits his customs, norms, and ideas. So it is through it that each society achieves integrated citizens. Given the above idea, it is not unreasonable to think of a free educational system where we can all integrate, explore, and create critical thinking that allows us to be an active part of society. Secondly, we are based on the thought of Rousseau, who in his book Emile refers to education treated from a framework that allows the formation of a society made up of free, participatory citizens who deliberate on the organization of the community and public affairs. This thought is integrated with that of Plato as it refers to the need for education for the entire population, which allows freedom and democratic participation of people in a youth policy that guarantees their rights such as access to education and provide them with fair working conditions. Thirdly, we use the philosophy of Maria Montessori to apply it especially to the first levels or basic levels of education. This thought emphasizes the need to promote the natural development of students' skills from self-direction, exploration, discovery, practice, collaboration, play, or communication. This methodology totally transforms the current system, mainly because it is based on spontaneity and the choice of the student instead of rigid system based on evaluation criteria. Although it is a system in which you learn via direct contact, practice, or discovery, some subjects from a certain age need to have master classes. In the same way, the teacher also undergoes a transformation in which he becomes a learning guide, avoiding hindering his self-education process, promoting individualized learning. Finally, for the rating method, we rely on Ken Robinson, who criticizes the rating system because he considers it not fair. since it is important to consider that intelligence is not synonymous with academic ability. Currently, there is a negative tendency to believe that the child who does not do well in school is not intelligent, despite having various talents that do not exactly fit those stipulated. That is, we create an educational system based on four levels: a basic level, a middle level of comprehensive education, a pre-advanced, and an advanced. First of all, the basic level goes from 0 to 6 years. It includes training exclusively through play, based on values and life skills. At 6 years old, children learn skills such as reading, writing, counting, washing their dishes, using silverware, tying their shoes, among others. Second, the average level of comprehensive education runs from 7 to 16 years. This level will be divided into two venues, one especially adapted for children aged 7, 12, and the other for 13 and 16, as we cannot have the same facilities that meet the needs of a 7-year-old child as a 14-year-old child. The inclusion of subjects such as ethics and values, sport, mathematics, physics, arts, economics, language, science, computer skills. We consider that these are basic knowledge that the student must acquire, that is not only useful for academic life but for life in general. For example, the economic class is important for them to learn to take a credit, to manage an account, a card, among others. We said that teachers are especially in each of the subjects, and that more than the traditional teacher, they become guides that help children achieve the objectives according to their level of advancement. For example, with the ethics class, we do not want it to be a normal class. We want the teacher to be more like a friend than to converse with the students, and from the age of 7 to 12, teach them values or work as a team through games, and of the older ones you can talk about sex education or drug education. The grades will not be numerical because intelligence does not depend on a number. We consider that the best way is to maintain a failed or pass through a quarterly exam. It is evaluate whether students are meeting the objectives of their personalized plan or not. If not, there will be support groups where they can receive help from these specialized teachers to enable them to meet their goals. At the pre-advanced level, there will be children between 17 and 18 years old. Our idea is to create a headquarters that is like a small university, where there is a representative building for each career, so that children can rotate by groups in each one of the buildings and get to know a little about all of them, in order to support them to make a better decision about what they want to study or what they want to do for the rest of their lives. Here we will not have an evaluation system because the students are in an exploration phase. They then present an exam where their abilities are assessed if they are really suitable for this, or are advised if their abilities are more suitable for another. Then they go to university. In the university, we will have two types of universities: an artistic university and another general university. In the artistic, we will have careers related to cinema, theater, painting, design, architecture, while the general university will have careers such as economics, engineering, medicine, physics, dentistry, mathematics, among others. We estimate that our majors last approximately 3 years and generals between 4 to 6 years. The idea is that general university students, when they reach their last year of university, can choose whether they want to go through the path of research, for which they will enter a scientific university, or through the workplace, for which they will enter a labor university. In each of them, they will specialize in research or working life according to their needs. In the same way, both universities will have a sport building that allows students who are also athletes to continue with their practice. For all levels of education, students will have free and compulsory access, as well as free food inside the school.
Now we talk a little about the architecture of this space. In the future, we think that although we will return to normality, we will need to continue to maintain biosafety standards. So it is important to design layers space while maintaining social distancing, having greater ventilation, and maintain all biosafety protocols, which prevent the spread of the virus. As explained by my partner previously, we need the space of the basic level between the age of 0 to 3 be open and spacious. There should be no dangerous element accessible to children. The floors and walls should be slightly so they avoid bumps and falls. On the other hand, for age 4 to 6, the space has to be happy, harmonious, and safe, in which the student can develop their motor skills, but based on experimentation and exploration. The middle level needs two different spaces, in which one is specifically for age between 7 to 12 years and the other for age 13 to 16. The first must be didactic and colorful space, in which it is maintaining a little fun and play, but go hand in hand with learning and books. On the contrary, the other space must abandon fun and play a little more to focus much more on the study. It must be a little more serious without losing the space of trust that the game generates, but creating an environment more conducive to learning age. The pre-advanced level, we have a representative building per career, with a specific characteristic that give it is identified, since the purpose is for the student to explore edge on so that he can make a correct decision. For example, the art building will have to be colorful and full of drawings, music, dance. The health science building will have pattern simulation and various laboratories, among others. The advanced level will be a university environment, but not like the conventional one. The building will be similar to the pre-advanced level. The difference is that they will be large, with great capacity for students, maintaining biosecurity protocols. Finally, everyone will have study and entertainment space, libraries, and sports centers that help their educational development.